Good afternoon, Jonathan.
Hello.
Welcome to the
Thank you.
studio. So, your background is both as a beekeeper and joining us on behalf of the Quekett Microscopical Club.
Yeah.
So, the Quekett have been coming to the show and providing information and lots of things to look at and see for quite a few years now. And as far as beekeepers are concerned, there is quite a lot to see. There's not only the bee anatomy and what they do, pollen, flowers, all sorts of things associated. And we've got quite a few microscopy classes now that you can enter.
Yes.
So tell us how you got involved.
With bees or with microscopy?
Well, start with bees.
Well, we've been keeping bees for about 13 years now, ever since we moved up into Buckinghamshire. And Bob Mara ran a one-day microscopy course for beekeepers in our local area in Buckinghamshire. And I went along there, and the next thing I knew, I was buying a microscope. So it was sort of inevitable, I think. But since then, it's just being able to, for instance, take a pollen load and work out where your bees have been foraging. So much you can do with them.
So where do you get the pollen load from? Do you get it from the bee itself, or do you collect pollen under the hive?
Both. You can collect them from bees, but this autumn, in fact, one of the slides I entered in the show this time, I noticed the bees were coming back with a really intense chrome yellow pollen loads. And I couldn't work out what it was, but there were a few pollen loads on the landing board. And so I just collected some of those, and that's the slide I entered, having identified what it was.
And what was it?
I knew you were going to say that, and I can't remember. It's a yellow weed that grows by the side of the road. So it's not in any of the reference books.
Not well, because my father did all the pollen drawings and put them in a book.
Yes.
Did he not include
it?
it?
He didn't.
He didn't.
No. There's an online resource called PalDat, which has got all of these weird and wonderful pollens in, and finally tracked it down there.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll need to catch up for another edition of the book.
Well, the thing is, there are so many pollens out there, and people just won't have thought about the roadside weeds.
Yes.
So why would you put them in a book?
Well, we did, because going back in years when there were more vergers and things, that's what the bees depended upon.
Yes. And actually, so obviously they still are, because we had several colonies bringing back just that pollen.
And bees have the habit of constancy, don't they? That they will, to a large extent, go back to the same flower and the same pollen.
Yes.
When they find
honeybees anyway.
Honeybees do. And so you gathered this, you entered in, and did you win a prize with the pollen?
Only second, I'm afraid.
Only so that's pretty good.
It's not too bad.
I mean, I've seen down there this year, there's really quite a few entries.
It's amazing, actually. That's the first thing I spotted, because I think last year there were probably only, 8 or 10 entries in the pollen class, and there were loads this year. So it's obviously taking off.
Yes, it's quite an interest for beekeepers. And of course, our chairman, Bob Mora, has written the book on looking at a microscope. And the Quekett Club has quite a few pieces of information. They do various leaflets on things to look at down a microscope. And they've got a leaflet on pollen. And they've got a series of things.
Series of leaflets, or anything you want to look at down the microscope, really.
Yeah, so things like bird feathers, the way that they hook together, all sorts of interesting
minerals, and it's when you get into the microscopy, it's not just bees.
Indeed. And so you use your own bees as a source of information and fodder, if you like, for the microscopy. And has it led you elsewhere as well? Because Quekett does quite a lot of outreach for all sorts of things.
Yeah, the short answer to that is not yet, because today was the first time I'd actually volunteered to be on the Quekett stand, because I've just stepped down after 13 years or so from my local beekeeping committee, so I've now got time to do other things. But I suspect that yes, it will be leading down other roads.
Yes, because
pond dipping days,
yes,
that sort of thing.
And I think they meet quite often at the Natural History Museum.
Yeah, a lot of the meetings now are Zoom as well. but the in-face meetings they have monthly meetings on various topics.
Plus local meetings around the country.
There are local meetings as well. Yes, yes. I mean, the schedule of meetings, which is on their website, runs to several pages of A4 for this year. So
that's quite impressive, isn't it?
Quite a lot.
Yes. And it's a very old club.
Very
old. Was started
18,
I can't remember.
18. I can't remember. I should know. Sorry, it's 18 something.
And takes its name from
Quekett,
the founder member.
Founder member. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So if you're interested in joining or interested in finding out more, the Quekett Microscopical Club has its own website, lots and lots of information. And of course, there's plenty down here at the show, on the trade hall. And you've been with us as many years as now as you can find volunteers to man the stand.
Yeah.
And we're very pleased to have you. It's a wonderful resource, and thank you very much.
Good, good. It's actually very nice to meet everybody here as well and see the enthusiasm.
Good, thank you. So we hope that you'll get interested, enter the show, come along and see your entries. And if you haven't got time to pop along this afternoon, there's always next year. And we look forward to seeing you. So don't forget to share the social media posts, subscribe, comment, send us to all your friends, and tell the whole world what a wonderful resource we have here.